Good afternoon. We're live at Kindred Creative's Art and Literary Press here in the greater Dallas, Texas area in the Louisville Music City Mall, reading to you from this great anthology of poems, New York City From the Inside. New York City through the eyes of the poets who live here. And I'm so excited to be sharing these poems with you. I can hardly sit down. Thanks to George Wallace, who edited these and put it all together. We're going to be sharing some great highlights and poems with you today.
The ballet called John the Baptist by Cornelius Eady. A man walking down some street at dusk spies a woman dancing for coins. He stops to watch from a distance. The woman struts like a rooster. She tosses her head back and howls like a cat. He moves closer. The sun catches the face of the observers. Everyone is dressed in tatters. Everyone stoops, as if born in a small room. The woman steams like a Thanksgiving dinner. One man beats time with a stick on a junked car. Another wipes away tears with a caked and cynical hand. They forget everything as the city goes on about its business, as they circle each other. Beside himself, the man leaps into the corner of the ring and begins to dance. He shakes as if he has just been dipped in a cold river. And he laughs, the woman laughs, the men in the circle laugh, until they no longer fit in the world. This one is called The Stoplight at the Corner Where Somebody Had to Die by Martina Spada. They won't put a spotlight on that corner till somebody dies, my father would say. Somebody has to die. And my mother would always repeat, somebody has to die. One morning I saw a boy from school face down in the street, there on the corner where somebody had to die. I saw the blood streaming from his head, turning the black asphalt blacker. He heard the bells from the ice cream truck and ran across the street, somebody in the crowd said. The guy in the car never saw him. And somebody in the crowd said, yeah, the guy never saw him. Later, I saw the boy in my gym class standing in the corner of the gym. Maybe he was a ghost, haunting the gym as I would sometimes haunt the gym, standing in the corner, or maybe he wasn't dead at all. They never put the stoplight there, at the corner where somebody had to die, where the guy in the car never saw him, where the boy heard the bells.
This is called If the Spark Whistles by Maya Mahmood. If fireworks only aim to puncture the atmosphere, if the crackling splinter flames and scatter, if the spark whistles or bursts and unannounced, if a triplet staccatos clap breaks silence empty, spills dust on night-soaked Nostrand Avenue, where Crown Heights braces its walls, in lockdown summer erupts, blast and breathless second, give my ears a chance to flinch. Questions trail up my throat and wade behind my teeth. From living room couch to half-shadowed window, I watch myself tiptoe. Too much my grandmother's child to mind my own. Stage a battle crawl on a worn brown rug, devise a shield from an olive green corduroy chair, hunch shoulders and a coil bin taut, half crouch, because I heard a front door screen lock, knob lock, deadbolt, and zinc-plated barrel bolt latch slide lock, because a basement door has 2 barrel bolts, because a further door only 1 deadlock, secured with a wood plank, because some nights shots clutch my mother's nerves, aimed to puncture the atmosphere, if only. Now I'm going to read 2 poems by Yuko Otomo. New York City. A man is a woman, and a woman is a man. Only when you hide your face, the world reveals itself clearly to you. Human hip bones harder than those iron fences, wind swifter, wiser, and faster than fish bones do. Troubles, pranks, tricks. A woman is a man is a woman, and feet are minds, and eyes are feet. Where is today's catch? Bar, New York City. Don't shout, speak easy in a hush. A jukebox shining like a monolith serenades a popular song of our youth. Let's fool ourselves thinking it's not drinks that we want, but the shaded interior of somewhere where the sun doesn't reveal the details of our lives too cruelly. Let's speak in a dry whisper, pretending that the sticky floors and a cloudy mirror suit our desire well to be left alone. Let's act as if we were proud and civil, not sullen and disproportioned. Let's enjoy the dark daydreaming together, believing that everything is fine and dandy, finally.
The introduction to this anthology explains to us that if only poetry could save us, said nobody ever, until they did. Because there are moments in the course of human events when it is only poetry that could save us. The first poem I'm going to share with you by Simon Perchik is titled either asterisk with the asterisk symbol or no title at all. I guess maybe if I'm lucky someday, Simon will tell me. This is Simon Perchik's poem. Behind the first chill, face down, you lower this shade halfway as if the window itself has died. From letting the bedroom do what it does best, darken, and though the walls are hollow, they have no use for your fingers, already around what once was the ripcord, yanked by the instant that never let go, so nights could gather in a group to stop their descent in time. The way this glass sheet tries to hide itself from the ground, be seen only as the emptiness side by side, pressing against you, half windshield, half want to die, alone and still missing. This next poem I was going to share with you is by Thaddeus Rutkowski, and it's titled In the Tunnel. Not much fun to be working in the tunnel when you could be on the train, heading somewhere interesting like Far Rockaway, a place you've never been. But here you are, supervising guys in day-glow vests, directing them because you are the engineer. You are the one who builds the tracks and makes the trains run on schedule. You get so bored you sit on a rail, prop your chin on your hand, and fall asleep. Until you hear the blast of a horn in your ear and see the glaring headlight of a waiting train. The motorman leans out his small window and yells, "You're on the wrong track!" And you see how close you've come to oblivion by resting yourself on the railroad to ruin.
When you can't conquer the mountain, you keep going, knowing this shit will kill you. Carrying your worn leather boots in your arms, the way you might cradle a fallen child. You disturb the earth as you dance, because resistance is another appetite. At the end of the horizon where the sun melts like adolescence into nostalgia, you don't so much forgive as you forget the violence you were born with, eyes in the back of your head, all of which are black holes bending light, ingesting small galaxies. The universe has a tongue that extracts itself from equations after the loss of an argument. Listen to the silence hovering like a dog under the table, begging to be broken.
Oh, to breathe again. I held my breath for 45 seconds before my body grew uncomfortable. I took a deep breath and the life filled my lungs again. Alex Segura would have laughed or maybe cried at 8 minutes and 45 seconds, where there was no challenge, no bar set for how long you could hold your breath. I learned that if you hold your breath for too long, it becomes poisonous. The toxins begin to saturate your blood. Convulsions send waves to your lungs from your stomach, hoping and praying for oxygen. The poison flows from your blood to your brain. Confusion and shaking. Your body wants to breathe. Your body wants to breathe. It is fighting. Your body, it is fighting my body. It is fighting our bodies want to breathe. It reflects on all the times our body gasped for air. For a long time, it held its breath, hoping for a change, hoping for fresh air.
As New York City goes, so goes the world. Thanksgiving Eve, 1995. Hungover, I'm sitting in a Carnegie's Deli on 7th Avenue, trying to eat a Reuben, smoke a turkey, and pick up the waitress. Glistening pink and succulent, her juices run. Sauerkraut tears for an open-faced queen. Toothpicks for a two-piece crown. Bottom by Braille, bodice by Goya. Swiss cheese pass on a Russian visa. Hermes, deliver me. I'm helpless, hopeless, hapless, mapless, and she is taunting me, daring me to unhinge my jaw, unzip my imagination, and let slip the gluttonous snake, primeval carn of beef, primordial Thousand Island ooze, drink deep from the river Lethe, and let broken hearts forget. What a book of poems, what an anthology, what a night. Find us online at kindredcreativeszine.com. New York City and its poets, we love you. Good night.